Good morning. It's Thursday, January 5th. I'm still stuck at home. I should be back tomorrow. I want to go over really quick what you're going to do today. Everyone is going to start by watching this video and doing your notes on levels of ecology. It doesn't matter if you weren't here yesterday. It doesn't matter if you haven't been here all week. Everyone's going to start here with this video, and then you can go back and start with what you need to do. So if you look right down here, it says everything above is posted in Google Classroom, and everything listed here above is going to be due tomorrow. We are running out of time this week to get things done. I have posted stuff. I feel like that you've had enough time to get that done. I know that something might take longer because I'm not there and I don't really know how long things take. So you don't have a whole lot today, and you can use today to get caught up. You'll have tomorrow to get caught up, and then anything tomorrow that's not done, I'm just going to have to get you to do it for homework. You can use your blitz time, you can use homeroom time, but everything that's posted in Google Classroom as of today will be due tomorrow. So after this video, you're going to finish your bell work from Tuesday, which is in Google Classroom again, because everything's posted there. There's an ed puzzle on abiotic and biotic. You have the seek and sort, where you literally just colored your abiotic and biotic factors. Go back and look at that, make sure that's complete. The color by number, make sure that's finished. Then you had your abiotic and biotic notes from yesterday, and your sort in your notebook from yesterday. If all of that is complete, then you will have just two things to do today after this video: the ed puzzle and an actively learn. And then the actively learn only has 2, maybe 3 questions. So hopefully today you can get caught up. I hope you've been using your time wisely. I know that some people have been able to get everything done. So if you need more time, hopefully today you can use that time to get caught up. So what you're going to do is, after this video, you're going to look at the notes from yesterday, and these are the notes from yesterday, but you have to go back and watch the video so that you know what to put here for 1, 2, and 3. And it was about abiotic and biotic factors, but now we're going to talk about levels of ecology and kind of how all these things kind of interact with each other. So when we look at an ecosystem, we start with looking at what is that individual thing that lives in the ecosystem. So we call it an individual or a species or just an organism. And that's any living thing or an organism. And they have to be able to breed with themselves. So with other like species. So, a cat is one species, one organism. A dog is one species, one organism. They cannot breed with each other. So that's what makes them individual species. So within an ecosystem, you have individuals or specific species or specific organisms, and then you have a population. And a population is a group of individuals in that species. So you have 5 dogs or a group of huskies. That would be a population. Okay, so in this example here, they have 1 fish, and then they have a group of fish, all the same. Notice they're all orange, they all look the same. So that would be a population. Then you have a community, and a community is just all the populations in that area, all the different species. So you have a group of jellyfish, you have a group of bluefish, you have a group of orange fish, you have a group of seagrass, you have a group of crabs. So you could have a, group of, even if you just think around here in Kentucky or even in Mason County, you have a group of one type of squirrel, another type of squirrel. You have hawks. You have, maybe an eagle. You have different types of grass. So when you have all of these different animals living in the same area, then you are developing a community. So you could even think about this in terms of school. So you have you as an individual, then you have like a population, which could be either our team or even just like 8th grade as a whole. And then you have a community, which would be like 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade. And then the ecosystem is going to be all of the living and non-living things, all of those abiotic and biotic factors that make up an ecosystem. Okay, so even, again, if we think about school, If you think about the school, you think about you have not just 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, but you have the related arts teachers, you have the office staff, you have the, custodians, the cafeteria workers, we have the desk, we have the pencils, we have all of these things that we need in order to make our environment work. Okay, so an ecosystem is just more than a community, but it's everything that's living and interacting with those abiotic and biotic factors. Okay, and then again, I said this is usually just probably a review from 6th grade, but just the biome is all the different ecosystems that are related. So like all the deserts, they all have similar characteristics. All of the different, forest, like rainforest across the world, they all have similar characteristics. So they're kind of all grouped together. So basically a biome is all the deserts, all the rainforest, all of the tundras, those types of things. And then the biosphere is just all of these ecosystems kind of interacting within each other. It's kind of like the whole world. Okay. But we're going to focus on just these 4 words: organism, population, community, and ecosystem. So now once these notes are done, you're going to go back in the classroom, and depending on where you need to start, you can start here if you're missing something or you need to complete something from yesterday. Or if everything is done here, you'll start down here with the Ed puzzle and the Actively Learn.